On tonight's episode of the Libra Lounge with Keisha, I will have the Brian Keith Wilson in the studio with me as we talk celebrity news and gossip, this big scandal that's happening in Galveston, Texas, and we're also going to give a review of Finest Hour PR. This is the Libra Lounge with Keisha. Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha, you guys. Producer James already has me fucked up, okay? He really on some bullshit tonight. I don't know what he ate for lunch. I don't know what he drank on the way here. But, I mean, am I being sensitive or does he really just have me all the way fucked up? Tell the truth.
In the middle of both.
In the middle of, because he's picking at me. He's poking at me.
But it's for you to be great.
No, it's for him to be annoying.
But
He don't know how else to be.
do you ever remember watching that lady that cooked on YouTube, Auntie Fee?
Sweet treats for the kids. Who likes cheese? Fat kids.
Fat kids.
I miss Auntie Fee. I really do.
But you remember her relationship that she
with
had
Tavis.
with Tavis?
Yeah, that's us.
That's this right
He
here.
is a motherfucking Tavis. He does shit to bring out this in me. Because really, I'm a very, very mild-mannered, quiet person. I'm almost like a church mouse. Wouldn't you agree, Brian?
You said church and mouse in the same
I
sentence?
did. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Church of Satan, mouse.
Right.
What he knows when I'm aggravated. But then if I go over there and knock him out, he gonna be like, "Why you do that, Keisha?" Well, you know, you deserved it. Okay, since I have that out, we have friend of the Libra Lounge, the Brian Keith Wilson, in the studio with us.
Hello, everyone.
So whenever Brian and I do a show, we don't usually stick to the layout. He's the only guest that I trust enough that I don't have to do a full show layout because we go off script so much when I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we're just going to kind of wing it a little bit tonight.
Improv.
Yes. So, do we have any show announcements, Producer James? None that I can really think of.
I don't think so. Just the usual stuff,
Yeah.
Look us up on YouTube, Patreon.
Yes.
Facebook.
We have a Patreon.
Yes.
Explain that to them once again because I just, he keeps trying to explain it. I don't get it.
So Patreon is a place where if you want to support what we do, support the show, support the platform, you can go and give your patronage in the form of dollars every month. And there's some really awesome benefits. Like, for example, you can get a discount on everything from Sassy Class Boutique. You can also get advertising and sponsorship for the show. And you can also get what we call the Oprah package, which is where you get to have one-on-one time with Keisha herself every month to talk about issues, get advice, and just to hear her wonderful voice and pleasant disposition.
It kind of sounds like a pimp prostitute kind of situation when you really think about it,
They
right?
pay it every month.
Yeah, like bitch better have my money. I personally prefer you just come by the shop and just throw money at me. I mean,
Like an African wedding.
yeah, that way I don't have to share any with Producer James. I'd be like, I ain't getting no money today. No Patreons, nothing like that. So if you are a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what time it is. It is time for the gab.
Ooh.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip the gab with Keisha.
Alrighty, so I will say that the celebrities have not really been acting a fool all that much in the last couple of weeks or so. I don't know if they're kind of winding down from all their summer shenanigans, but we don't have a whole lot to report. But I did want to talk about Bam Margera. Did I say it right, Brian and Producer James?
Yeah.
Yeah, close enough.
So that means I didn't say it right. Go ahead and say it, Brian. How do you say his last name? damn it?
Margera.
So I used to love Jackass. Jackass, some episodes would have me on the floor crying laughing.
Yeah.
So, we've watched Bam, have his struggles through the years. He's still really talented, not just in, making his parents look like assholes on TV, but he's also talented. He does like the kind of the sports kind of stuff a little bit. He was on, what show was he on not too long ago?
Celebrity addiction or something, or
Something like that. He was
those.
on there with both of his parents. He really has a bad drinking problem.
Okay.
Whatever show they were on, it didn't help. It didn't help. It wasn't Dr. Drew's show because when people go on Dr. Drew's show and they're a celebrity, within 2 years they're usually dead.
Dead. Yeah, they all
Yeah,
die.
they really do. So if you're a celebrity, stay the fuck away from Dr. Drew if you got problems.
Yeah.
It looks like this time because he went to rehab in January and I think he stayed maybe a couple of days, but at this point he has reached out to Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And they had an intervention with not just himself, with his wife, because she's a little bit of an alcoholic too, or she's on something. I mean, truth be told, if you were married to Bam and he was doing that shit all the time to you, like having alligators in the kitchen
Oh yeah.
when you walk in, or you on the toilet and he does some kind of shit, she probably on Xanax, you think? She probably need a little something.
What I was reading is that he said when he ran out of the stuff that he had, he would go to Adderall.
And they snort that like it's cocaine.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Bam, I like Bam. You know how sometimes you watch some people on TV and you don't know what it is. It's just a little connection.
Yeah.
I really like Bam a lot. And I hope that Dr. Phil has a pretty good track rate. I haven't heard about anyone going to him for help and then dying.
No, they don't die.
Yeah. Usually people go to Dr. Phil and they start making money.
Right.
Like that little
The
Danielle
white girl.
Bugatti. Catch Me Outside. How about that? That
Yeah.
bitch just signed another $1 million deal like 2 weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So Bam. Stick with Dr. Phil. His family is hoping that Dr. Phil, that this will actually work because they fear that he's gonna die if he keeps going down this this pipe hole. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for one thing, you're kind of an alcoholic sometimes, right?
You know what?
You and producer James.
I actually have kind of come out of my alcoholism, I guess you would say. And it was so crazy.
What?
This is Jesus juice. It's wine.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, like, I guess now with me, I have stopped drinking like hard liquor,
stuff.
the hard stuff. But even in now stopping drinking the hard stuff, I rarely drink now.
Right. Yeah, because I know your liver would just wake up thirsty every morning.
California raisins
Yes,
doing her through the
yes,
grapevine.
yes. And we
doing the
still got to
dance.
get you married.
Yeah.
If you keep drinking like that, you're not going to be able to get pregnant.
No.
Because
Ovaries
the
gonna
older
dry
you
up.
get and then alcohol mixed with it, I mean, you're going to have to see a fertility specialist and all that kind of stuff. And I want you to have a happy, healthy pregnancy.
Yeah.
I want your baby to come out cute with good hair and, everything like that. And so, yes, I'm glad that you have given up the drink.
Yeah, and also like the body is changing. Like I've dropped like 5 pounds.
Yeah. Liquor does, tend to. Well, now a lot of alcoholics are skinny because they just forget to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you see the post that I put up on Facebook talking about not drinking anymore?
I saw a little bit of something like I haven't drank in
a month or so, and so I've got all of these. No shade on anyone that's an alcoholic. No shade, but everyone thought that I was like a severe alcoholic, and like
Brown, you were.
They were
denial.
like, and they were just like, this is so great. I was getting like, inbox messages like, this is so good for you. I'm so glad
like
that
you went to a treatment
like
center.
I went to treatment and like I have my coin and everything.
Exactly.
And I was telling my friend Jeanette, I was like, Jeanette, I think people think I'm an alcoholic, like for real. Like, I need to go to the meetings. Like, hi, my name is Bryan.
I've been sober for 3 months. Hi, Bryan.
Hey, guys.
Welcome. Hi.
I was like, wow. And we were at dinner, and I just realized, I was like, Jeanette, I think people think I was like severely alcoholic.
Well, I would say this. I don't know how your drinking buddy and crime over there feels about you.
I know. We could put a bottle of Jameson away.
Yeah, I don't fuck with y'all when y'all are drinking.
You could put it away.
Y'all talk, y'all gossip for hours.
Yep.
And y'all drink like there's no tomorrow. And I told you, what did I tell you as soon as I walked into this studio tonight?
You said you're leaving.
I said, when we're done with the show, I'm not fucking with you and James.
You're going to be out.
Pose is coming on tonight. I got to get
is this
home.
not the final episode, is it?
No, it's not. I think 2 more weeks to the season finale.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, and I like to watch it when it's fresh. I don't like to DVR.
Me either.
Watch Pose. I want to be right there so I can text you and say, hey, did you see that?
And then you have to avoid social media because everyone starts talking about this shit and stuff like that.
But yeah, so you and producer James, y'all can whatever,
I understand.
Whatever. So Bam. You can do this. You got this.
Yes.
I think you have too much talent and you've got a lot of more shit to do here on earth. So whatever Dr. Phil tell you to do, no matter how annoying his voice is, just listen to him, okay?
And you're gonna get paid later.
And you gonna get paid. Yes. Because Jackass haven't been on in.
Wasn't the guy Steve-O on there too? On the
Yep.
Jackass?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Steve-O.
He's not
Johnny
dead, is he?
Knoxville. No.
Johnny Knoxville.
But he
Johnny
had an
Knoxville?
addiction issue, didn't he?
He did.
Steve-O, I
Steve-O
just thought
did.
he was just
They-
really dumb.
He just looked like
yeah,
a.
he looked, yes. I don't think he was on anything, was he?
Oh yeah, they were all on something at some point.
Well, you would have to be to do some of the
Yeah.
shit that you did,
mean,
on Jackass.
Yeah, I mean, every single one of them have talked about
Addiction or
either alcohol,
something, yeah.
drugs, or something like that.
Wow.
Okay. Well, Bam is in his 40s, so you know what? It's time to turn it all around. How is it that Bam's dad is still alive? That man was huge. I think he's
Wow.
lost a little weight.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Does this show come on MTV still? I mean,
Jackass? No, you know MTV has totally given their whole network to ridiculousness and catfish.
oh, and Teen Wolves. Does that still come on? Am I
Does
that
Teen
old?
Wolf still come on?
Does he mean? Wait, does he
My
mean?
mom
No,
loved
he
that
meant
show.
Teen Wolf.
Okay.
The TV show. Surprisingly, yeah.
Well, you never know. It might turn into some shit.
Right. I've never watched that show, but it is still on. But I mean, if you look at MTV on the guide all day long on like a Tuesday, it's just ridiculousness.
No music.
No, the music. No. I don't even think Skylar knows that they ever play music videos on there.
No,
Yeah.
they played music videos at like 4 to
4
6
a.m.
a.m. Now MTV2 plays a lot
The
of the
music,
old
yeah.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll play Jackass or Wild Boys or stuff like that.
Yeah, Jackass was funny. I mean,
It's hilarious.
It just was. It really, really was. So we're wishing you lots of luck, Bam.
Yeah.
Moving right along. So the word on the street is that Nicki Minaj and her boyfriend, I can't remember his first name, but I know his last name is Petty. They got a marriage license last week. So the rumor was that there was going to be a secret ceremony because even Lil Wayne flew into California. So they're like, But since then, we haven't heard anything. What do you think about her marrying this dude in such a short amount of time?
Well, I hope everyone that attended the wedding had their children near them, because it is
Right.
reported that this man was a child molester. So I hope that everyone had a tight leash, like man of Galveston, on their children.
Yeah.
It. I mean, it
I
is.
think he's using her.
Of course. I mean, I probably think so too. Because one, I just what Nikki puts out in the press and the image that she puts out. I'm just like trying to figure out what a relationship like with her would be like.
I don't know. And I feel like he has taken advantage of her because Nikki ain't been right since Cardi came on the scene.
No, she hasn't been right since
No.
Remy Ma ripped that ass apart on
And
Sheether.
she still ain't came back with nothing. But then again, I wouldn't either. It's fucking Remy Ma. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I love you. I ain't say nothing bad about
Mm-mm,
you.
'cause she
You're
will
not
shoot
violent.
you. Not at all.
No. So I think this guy has caught her at a very
Vulnerable?
yeah.
Because musically, she has her barbs or whatever they want to call them. And I don't care. Y'all can do whatever you want to on my page. I don't care.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, when you look at what's going on musically,
Mhm.
Nikki is not really relevant. In the
No.
rap scene, you have all of these newcomers that are coming up. You have, of course, Cardi B, who's killing the game. You have the Houston hottie, Megan the Stallion, who's killing the game. Who Nikki is kind of riding on her tailcoat.
Isn't
on
it
this,
funny that Nikki is having to ride on someone else's coattail?
right? Who isn't even signed by a major record label.
Yeah, and Nikki going through something, and like she needs to go through it.
Mhm.
Let go through it. You have plenty. Really, in all honesty, Nikki has enough money that she don't have to do shit else for the rest
No,
of her
she
life,
doesn't. I
you
don't
know?
think. And I think when all of that stuff happened with the Cardi, the Remy, and all this
Mhm.
other stuff, if she would have played her position as the queen that she is, and she protests to be in her music, she didn't have to say or do anything.
Right.
She wouldn't have had to respond. But I guess in the hip hop world, responding to, beef and stuff like that is a part of the
Makes
game.
it hard,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can jab a little bit, but at the end of the day, there doesn't have to be this grand movement, with you and how you've been how she was just so blatantly rude in everything that she's done.
Right.
Even on her radio show.
Okay.
Why even bring that to your other job?
She said she's lost.
She got lost as soon as she started doing club music and super bass, like because at that point she could no longer have the credibility to go toe to toe with Cardi B on hip hop as a music. She just, I mean,
she's
she didn't
not
know
as
what the hell
hard
she
as
was.
Cardi.
She's a pop artist now.
And that's what
Exactly.
she needs
She's
to
a pop
stick
artist.
with. Like, okay, you are the queen of this right here. Cardi is over here. I think she should just embrace what she is and keep going and forget about what Cardi's doing or whoever else is doing. But she felt like she needed to have reign over all of it.
No. And,
So-
and musically she doesn't. I mean,
No.
And even her audience, like her audience is
Or young white girls.
young white girls,
Yeah.
and then
with money.
you know,
Not even like the hood white girls. The white girls who daddies make millions per year. But that's okay.
right, and the gay white boys.
They love
They're
them some
barbs.
Nicki.
They
Yeah.
love Nicki.
Mhm. So just embrace that. I mean, I don't know, but I'm curious to see how this played out. I know you said there was some issue with her and Megan Thee Stallion. Like,
Well, yeah. So Megan Thee Stallion, of course, everyone that's from Houston know who Megan Thee Stallion is. So Megan Thee Stallion has been maneuvering through the rap game very quickly and really killing it with the music that she's doing on her own. She's kind of like an independent artist.
okay.
So just found out yesterday, they released a graphic. Her and Nicki Minaj are doing a collaboration together. Hot Girl Summer Remix. Mind you, the summer's almost fucking over. And
Yeah.
we're talking about a Hot Girl Summer. I think that's the name of the song.
You missed the mark.
Yeah,
That
that
needed
shoulda
to be a
came out
couple of
in
months
May.
ago.
Should have came out in May. But it also goes to show you, it's like, okay, so now you're finally jumping on the Megan Thee Stallion
Right.
bandwagon. So it's one of those things to where we kind of think of clout chasing a little bit with this move that she's making.
Right.
Also, like the graphic itself, you know me, I'm a visual person. They're riding a horse, right?
Mhm.
So Megan Thee Stallion is first on the horse, and Nicki is
in the
behind
back.
her.
Oh, damn.
So it's like that graphic
pretty
itself
bad.
kind of makes you look like number two.
Yeah, like you not even. I mean, you should be first. You know what I'm saying? That's just weird that Nicki would even agree to that.
Yeah. And I thought Megan was gonna come out with like maybe a Cardi B collaboration,
Right.
Just because they seem to be on that same
Right.
level. If you listen to Megan's music,
Mhm.
it's very raw,
Yeah.
in your
yeah,
face.
Scholar. She said.
big old freak.
Yeah,
big
Scholar
booty,
was
big
like,
old
"Oh,
treat.
I've been listening to Megan Thee Stallion all day. I feel so much better." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck does that mean?"
My mom listens to Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay, well,
You know.
don't have Miss Wilson.
But yeah, I thought in my mind that, okay, you got these two true hip hop artists,
Right.
that are, really maneuvering through the industry
Mm-hmm.
very well. Nicki Minaj was just not in my mind when a collaboration with the two artists came up. But I knew that because I started seeing there was this thing on Instagram where Nicki and Megan were talking to each other on Instagram. I was like, oh, a song is coming next.
I just feel like sometimes you have to step back and let these other hoes let them have their moment.
Exactly.
You go back, you relax, you go to an island, you spend money, spend time with your family, do yoga and all this other shit. And just when they think, oh, maybe Nicki ain't coming back, you hit them.
Boom.
But she's doing too much where she's not gonna have that big. I mean, look at Adele. Adele will have an album come out and then it'll be a beast. Then you won't hear
Hear
shit
from
from
her.
Adele. And then boom, here's another beast.
Oh, I bet you that album's gonna be good because she just had a
The
divorce.
Yes, that shit gonna be good. Yes, producer James.
No, same thing. Think of Madonna. When's the last time Madonna was in a beef with somebody?
You don't, because it's Madonna.
Exactly,
Madonna.
but the same thing. She puts out an album, is quiet for a while,
And
puts
then,
out
yeah.
another album. She's not going around chasing collabs, chasing who's hot to be on the album.
But every time Madonna comes back, her hands and arms look worse. Like
she is
kinda
literally
like a
becoming.
skeleton.
She's becoming a Dark Crystal character.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
She's really becoming.
But
a
you know
Texas-
what? I gotta give it to Madonna, cause Michael Jackson ain't here, Prince ain't here,
Nope, she's the
Whitney
last
ain't
one.
here. Her and Boy George are still here.
Last
And
one.
Cher.
And Cher.
Cher can't no,
She's
but
still
sh-
alive.
but she was she.
Yeah.
It's Cher.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't put her in the category with them.
Of what? Major international pop stars?
Yeah, cause Cher started way before they did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
And
go ahead,
Been relevant
Cher.
ever since.
Long as there's gay men alive, Cher will be alive. Okay, I don't think she's ever gonna die. So, I'm gonna feel real bad if she die tomorrow. Let's hope that
Oh
doesn't happen.
no.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing for the Gab, because we got some good juicy stuff for you guys. So I want to get through all of this. So Stevie J and Jocelyn has some beef because Jocelyn doesn't want the little girl that they have, Bonnie Bella, which I'm still trying to get over the fact that Jocelyn is really a woman. But I mean, I guess she proved it by getting pregnant and having a baby. Because that first season of Love and Hip Hop, I was like, who is this fucking trans?
Who is this dude?
Yeah, like, really? I mean, I'm not even playing. I really thought it was a man. I was like, okay, so Stevie J, okay, he likes to dip in both the pools, but Jocelyn is reportedly still a woman. Anywho, per their custody agreement, she was supposed to hand over the baby, and instead of doing that, she caught a flight and went all the way across America to keep the baby away from him. And it was so bad that a judge said, if you don't give him this baby by such and such a time, I'm putting a warrant out for your arrest.
That's crazy.
And the bitch just mad because she really thought having that baby was gonna make Stevie marry her. What the fuck did he do? He married Faith Evans.
Yeah, and Faith Evans is not. Have you seen her on the show? Like whenever she has a scene on the show,
I haven't watched it in like 3 years.
Man, Faith Evans has this demeanor like, bitch, you bet. I wish you would direct something towards me.
No,
and mind you, Mimi, anybody else that's talking to her in a scene, they will talk. Hey, you want some wine, Faith?
But,
hey,
it is Faith Evans.
Blah, 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 blah. Faith, are you okay?
Yeah,
and so
the bitch was with Biggie Small. I mean, you just got to give it up to her. I hate to see this. I know for a while it seemed like Jocelyn really was just trying to bring the baby up in Puerto Rico because they spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico, and she's teaching her Spanish and shit. I'm like, but she is still half black, Jocelyn,
right? And his child.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm sure he's playing some type of.
Oh, something. Damn well she wouldn't let him get away with not paying anything. So yeah, he's got to be paying. So it probably ain't a lot because Stevie got about 20 kids, all underneath the age of. The majority?
5.
5.
Right? Yeah, they're all young.
Yeah, they're all pretty young. I think he's got some teenagers, and I think the one that he has with Mimi and then this one with Jocelyn are the youngest.
Yeah.
So Jocelyn, get it together. Stevie has moved on. It's time for you to move on as well.
Find a reality show because she's not working.
Yeah, all I see her do are like, her workout routines every day.
She had a banging body.
But it was a lot fake.
Very true.
But I'm okay with that because I want a fake banging body too. Producer James just keep hating on me, won't let me have one. So when we get back from this break, we're gonna catch up with Bryan. Then we're gonna talk about this I don't even know what you call it that happened in Galveston.
A blast back to the past.
Yeah, we went a little bit back to slavery days in Galveston, and then we are going to both give a review of the Finest Hour PR company. We'll be right back. Are you looking to lose weight, improve your posture, have muscle definition, increase flexibility, and reduce stress? If you answered yes, then Classic Bar with Sherry is the perfect, invigorating, and dynamic workout for you. Bar technique is extremely safe and is designed to stretch and tone with a splash of cardio. The method is the foundation of ballet with the flow of yoga. To learn more about Classic Bar, call Bar Instructor Sherry at 281-678-8037 or stop by the studio at Femme Fatale located at 689 FM 517 West, Suite 300, Dickinson, Texas 77539. Your first class is only $10, and if you mention the Libra Lounge with Keisha, you only pay half. Make sure to follow the studio at Femme Fatale on both Facebook and Instagram. You can also email Sherry at barandyoga@gmail.com. That's bar, BARRE, and yoga@gmail.com. And welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. So Bryan, you've had lots of things going on, and then I think you just added a couple of more things onto all of that.
I did today.
What has been going on with you since the last time you were here in the Libra Lounge?
Well, the last time I was here, we were preparing for the opening for Colored Boyz on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown with Freedom Ain't Enough. And so we've opened the show. We had a very successful run, 2-week run here in the city of Houston. We had sold out shows. Really, really proud of the response that Houston has given us. And we took a little break because it was just a hellacious battle to get to producing the show, and took a break paying off bills from the show because that is just a part of the thing.
Yeah.
And then
That's that part people don't
they don't
realize
they
they don't
realize,
get that part.
And so now we're in the process of touring. We went to Austin, which was a great week run. We had to change up the dates because we had a lot of crazy stuff going on, but went to Austin, and we were it's when you're going into a city where you don't know anyone,
Right.
it's kind of scary. So we went to Austin, and the matinee, which was our first performance, was only like 10 people there. And I was like, oh shit, this is horrible. This is not good. So the crazy thing, that Saturday night show, we had a full house full
Word
of
of
white
mouth.
people.
Yeah, well.
And the white folk came, and it was just a great opportunity just to see that this show can stand on its own without being in a city where people, I know somebody here, so we're learning that the show can stand on its own. We're learning the show itself, what it needs, what's working, what doesn't work. And we're just taking it slow. I think that's the one thing I'm learning about everything, is just to tend like this is a good piece of barbecue. Let it, slow and steady, and just keep watching it and keep changing
So
it.
it fall off the bone.
Yeah, fall off the bone, succulent,
Yes.
And so that's what we are.
Go ahead, producer James.
And please don't trim that fat.
No
She
no
will
fat.
kill me. That's
Yeah.
from Rasputin, that's from Norbit,
I
love
love
some. If Norbit is on, I can't go. I gotta
I
watch
love that
Norbit.
show.
Sorry, you mentioned barbecue. I couldn't help it.
And
I
please
love
do not
Norbit.
trim that fat. She
How
will kill
you
me.
doing? But yeah, that's what we are with for Colored Boyz. We're working on our arts nonprofit, which is the Creative Collab. We're excited to do some arts outreach into the school districts.
Good.
We're going to be hopefully we're going to send proposals out to, of course, Texas City ISD and Houston ISD and Dickinson ISD.
Good.
Just to see if we can come and bring some arts outreach into the schools. And I'm really excited about our professional acting company that we're starting.
Okay. Brian, I can't keep up. So what's that called?
So the well, let me go to the reason why I'm starting it.
Okay.
So I've been doing theater in this wonderful city of Houston for a long time, ever since I returned from New York City. And when you're working in a show, especially, I'm gonna have to say it, I'm just gonna have to be truthful about it. You're working in a show here in Houston, and you're allotting an opportunity for these actors, because at the end of the day, where they're going to have work if you don't present it, right? So you're allotting an opportunity for actors, and a lot of the times people quit on you. I've in the midst of producing for Colored Boyz, I had 2 actors quit, and it wasn't so much of quitting because of situation and circumstance. It was just quitting to quit.
Okay, like they don't want to act anymore?
No, not so much not want to act anymore. They don't want to act with this project anymore.
Oh,
It's a pithy project. It's not for everybody.
Right.
It isn't. But you let people know that before you cast them, right?
Right.
And you let people know that before you invest, as the person that's producing, directing, before I invest my time and energy into you and money, there's somebody else that probably wants this gig.
Right.
And so I've done that. And it's, at the end of the day, the only person that's getting more grayer is me, because now I had an actor quit a month out, 2 months out. Then I had another actor quit about a month out, right after my grandfather died.
I mean, you didn't already learn all the lines by then.
Yeah, and you were in the original show.
Okay.
So
who did
that?
Well,
he was here for one of your
that's who
interviews.
I thought it was. Okay.
But and it's one of those things that you don't understand how important it is to know that your last gig, you never want to compromise anything from that gig. And me as someone that's been in the business a while, once I presented the opportunity to you, if you would have said, no, I can't do it.
Right.
Or no, I don't want to, then guess what? That bridge is no longer burned.
Right.
That means you can't do this project, but guess what? I might have
I'm
another
open to
project.
something else. Yeah.
Because the one thing about Brian Keith Wilson, he gets projects across his desk.
I don't think
He
young
stays
people
working.
get that whole how you burn bridges. They don't get that at all
Not at
because they're
all.
entitled.
I stay working,
Right.
and I stay working not just for myself, but other people. I
Mm-hmm.
got a call from another theater company where I'm directing and choreographing their show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm employing people that are being loyal to me.
And then also, I mean, you're a good person to have worked for if they want to continue working in this area in theater as well.
Right.
Because it's very small.
It's a very small
community.
business. And then
Yeah.
especially if you're going into it nationally.
Mhm.
You know, people know people. You never know who you're walking into. When you're going to walk into the audition room, you never know who's going to be behind the table.
Right.
You know, so the thing is with the professional acting company, I saw a need for me.
Mhm.
And I guess this is a selfish moment, but I saw a need for me to cultivate talent and artists within my realm who are
Mhm.
loyal to me,
Right.
but also who I am loyal to as well.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
it's not just about me, because
Right.
I believe in cultivating talent. I believe in pushing talent and really presenting opportunities for talent.
Mhm.
And so I was like, you know what? I want to be able to cultivate a group of artists that it's like a performance ensemble. These will be my
Mhm.
people that I work with
Right.
professionally. And I want to thank Dana Joseph,
Hey, Dana.
who, you know, I was talking to her about, you know, my casting woes of having to cast someone else, and really it was a hard thing because we couldn't cancel the tour, and
Mhm.
we had an actor quit. We had 2 actors, well, actually 3 actors. The lead dancer in the show had quit as well, so we had to really do a lot of manipulation of the
That
script.
would have had me break all the way goddamn down on the floor, snot crying. I can't do it no more.
But the lead dancer quit the week of.
Mm-mm.
You know, so
if your leg's not broken, you don't perform.
you know, so it just really made me put a lot in perspective about loyalty,
Mhm.
about people who are humble,
Mhm.
and people who really are wanting to work for me.
Right. Mhm.
You know, not so much just wanting to work, because I think everybody wants to do the work.
Yeah.
But who wants to work for me?
Right.
And I know that I'm not going anywhere
Right.
in this theater world. I've been in it for 38 years.
Ooh,
35
you telling your
years.
damn age.
You know, so I'm not going no damn where. And that's what I really wanted to do. And I want to give a shout out to those who have been loyal,
Mhm.
and those
We
who
gonna say
have
their
been working.
names?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's a lot.
Okay, but cut it down to like 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course, you know, Yaya,
Hey,
Kendra,
Yaya.
Jeremiah,
Hey.
Miss Linda,
Hey,
Imori.
Miss Linda, that's the girl right there. That's your ace boom coon right
Yes,
there.
Miss
If
Linda,
you see
Imori.
this, you gonna see Miss
You gonna see
Linda.
Miss Linda.
Yes.
Imori, of course.
More. Hey, that's Miss Linda's
Um,
daughter.
And then
Hey.
also some new actors that I'm working with as well. We have
Wait, are they
Terrence.
worthy to be mentioned on this show?
They actually are.
Okay.
I really cut for these
Because
guys.
I'm not gonna say hi to them if they not.
I really could.
Okay.
Terrence.
Hey, Terrence. Hey.
We
Is he
have
black?
Terrence is black.
Have you ever met a white Terrence?
I met a
Uh-huh.
mixed Terrence.
That don't count.
That don't count because he's
Mm-mm,
still black.
mm-mm. Hey, Terrence. Hey, black Terrence. Hey.
And CJ.
Hey, CJ.
Both CJs. We have CJ
1 and 2?
CJ 1 and CJ 2.
Okay. Hey, CJ1. Hey, CJ2.
Um,
Hey. What, Charles Jr.'s?
One is
Chad Jr.?
Charles Jr. And then the other one
Cedric Jr.?
is
Cletus Jr.?
it's Clint Levi.
Calvin Jr.? Hey, Clint Levi.
Clint Levi.
He mixed.
Now mind you,
Is he mixed?
no, Clint Levi.
Because that sounds like something
He's
he mixed with
young.
white.
He's
Really?
17. He's Lamarck High School
Who
student.
named their baby Clint Levi? Is Levi his middle name?
That's his middle name.
That-
That's
he's
the church folk.
It's church.
There's
That
some
sounds like he
Jesus
got a
people.
white mama though.
No, he don't. He had a black mama
Really? And a black daddy?
and a black
And
daddy
they
who's a
named him
preacher.
Clint
Who's a
Levi.
preacher? Yeah.
I ain't never heard no shit like that before.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I ain't. If you know somebody who's black and their name is Levi, post it.
And they don't own the jeans company, so
That is really something
Yeah.
right there. Okay.
so those
alright.
are the people.
Of course, fucking course. Producer James is already looking it up because he want to prove me wrong.
But yeah, so that's and I'm sure I probably missed someone's name
Mm.
across, but charges in my mind, not my heart. But that's the reason why we're starting
Charge it to that wine.
Actually, it's just a little cup. I was hiding it behind the thing, but yeah, I'm really excited moving into the end of 2019 into 2020. With
And
some
we
great
got
people.
plans for Dickinson.
Yeah.
If Miss what's the lady, Benny? Is that
Oh,
her first name?
oh
Yeah, I don't think she's ever gonna die.
no, she's not. She's
The lady who owns the
owns the
Harbor
Harbor
Playhouse,
Playhouse.
I think she's like 117 years old.
I think 18.
I
118.
mean, I need to start hanging out with her so she'll leave me the Harbor Playhouse and we can, have the real theater right here in Dickinson.
Yeah, my mom was asking me. She was like, because we're talking about some of the stuff that we're doing for our season. Now, mind you, our theater season is fucking ridiculously crazy. We're
Miss
doing
Benny ain't ready.
No, they're not ready. We're doing Pamlet, which is the gay Hamlet.
Oh, I didn't know it was the gay Hamlet.
I wrote it.
Do you have? Can I play the gay Hamlet?
No, you would actually be
Oh,
a
I
great
can't do it.
queen.
When the auditions? Write this down, James.
Auditions are August. They're in 2 weeks.
Oh,
In August
okay.
sometime.
What I got to do to audition?
You don't
Can
have
I just
to.
get the
You
role?
got the role. You got it.
I'm a queen.
It is-
James. Did you? He mad as hell because he know I'm gonna walk around every day. I'm the queen. I'm the queen.
The queen.
My child need to have good hair though.
Yeah, for you, that's just typecasting.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. You think you're a queen already.
Just
so.
sit over there and be quiet with your purple shirt on.
And purple is royalty.
Look,
By the way,
Here we
Levi
go.
Levi Stubbs.
Levi Stubbs, 4 tops.
Yes, 4
God
tops.
damn. Okay,
Levi
go.
Brown, American football player.
I don't know that one.
Yep.
But
Levi
those are
Roots.
first names. Not
Oh.
middle.
It ain't more than 5.
Well, if Google would put their pictures up faster, I could tell.
Because you can't tell if they're black.
I know Levi Stubbs.
I mean, I feel bad because I could say Levi Coleman, but he's an American soccer player, so probably
So
not.
chances are he looks like you.
Levi Woods,
That's
maybe.
iffy.
That's
Levi
it.
Johnson,
Ah,
who
Levi-
played for the Detroit Lions.
yeah. That's,
Is he black?
Levi Johnson, I would
Oh,
assume.
yeah.
so.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
that's one
No,
of
he
us.
is.
That's
Yeah.
one of us.
He's
Yeah.
black. So okay, that's all.
What
I'm
I
gonna,
knew,
that's all I'm
I
gonna
knew
guess
his ass
on.
was gonna look that up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we've got the gay Hamlet.
The Gay Hamlet, which
Okay.
is set in the East Village. I was working in New York City.
Mhm.
I was living in New York City when I wrote it. But it's abstract. It's farce. It's a farce. It's funny. The queen is a dominatrix and owns a phone sex line.
Why you got my business out loud?
I
in the
know, right?
street?
But
like,
but
didn't nobody know that?
but now they're
They
gonna
now
know,
they
and they're
know.
gonna see it. And then you have Porlonius. It's actually Pornlonius, who is the porn
Oh,
addicted priest,
yes.
who has a infatuation when the dominatrix reads the takeout menu from the Chinese restaurant.
He is a porn addicted priest.
priest.
There's a whole genre out there for that right there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun. It's a fun show. It's a fun show.
Okay.
And I was, when I was looking at the season, I was like, okay, we have a lot of stuff that's dramatic. We
Mhm.
have, of course, we're starting off with our gala. You're gonna love it. It's called
Oh,
Strike. It's
okay.
Strike a Pose.
Oh.
Is the name of our gala, and we're doing a ballroom theme gala.
Oh yeah. Can I be pray tell?
You sure can. You sure can. It's gonna be a night of raising money for our arts nonprofit,
Okay.
and our theme is pose. And
When is that gonna happen?
That's gonna happen in October.
Goddamn, Brian, it got to be this October.
I need,
I'm a
I need the money this year.
Oh, okay. So,
No later than November,
Okay.
early November.
cause I'm doing another fundraiser for the animals.
Right.
Okay. So that's write that
We'll
down.
get the
James.
scheduling.
Right. Yeah.
We'll
write
get the
that
scheduling.
down. I need an assistant or something.
So we have that. We have, of course,
The gala.
Pamlet. And then after Pamlet, we're doing a double feature of For Colored Girls and For Colored Boys. So we'll be
Okay.
bringing the show back from tour
Mhm.
here in Houston again because so many people in Houston didn't see it. So we're
Mhm.
gonna do like a double feature during the month of February
Okay. Okay.
For Colored Girls and For Colored Boys, and then we're gonna end our season.
And that's income tax season too.
That is.
That's income tax season, so people can afford to go to the theater.
And we're gonna have a 2-for-1 price, so you'll
Mm-mm,
be able
don't
to
do
get.
that.
What?
Charge them whole price. Don't you? I'm sorry. James is rubbing off on me.
Yeah, we're gonna do 2-for-1
It's income tax season. They can afford it if they could go get a new Louis Vuitton.
and some bundles
Yeah, lots of bundles.
and some Jordans
And you know that's gonna be the first stop right there.
and some furniture.
Mhm.
That's what we
That's
do.
what we do. I mean, we do. That's why we be
And a
broke.
cash
Like-
car.
Yeah,
We can go buy a cash
Yeah.
car. We'll go get some furniture.
and it's usually a little Nissan Altima.
Yeah, and go get some
that's what we
bundles.
do.
Go
Mhm.
buy some Jordans. We're
Yeah.
gonna get the kids some clothes.
Mhm.
And
Then we broke.
then we broke as hell.
Yeah, that's just how black people do. Sorry about it.
Start getting in a lot of bills that you can't pay within the next couple of months.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Okay.
Lots and lots of down payments.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is very true. That is
Yeah.
very true. No doctor's bills get paid. No hospital bills. Nothing like that.
No.
You don't pay your rent for a few months in advance.
Yeah,
nothing
nobody
like
goes
that.
to the dentist like, oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
go to the
no.
dentist.
Hell no.
I'm gonna get dental work. I'm gonna take all the
No.
kids to the dentist. They don't do that.
Now, because their kids already got silver caps all on the front row of their teeth already.
Grilled out.
Yes. So, okay. So we've got, it's hard to keep up with Brian.
Yeah.
But I know I think you started something new today.
I did start something new today.
Okay.
And then we're gonna be able to let you taste some
Yeah,
of it
I'm
today.
really ready for that. My stomach is over here growling and rumbling.
So yeah, I've started 2 things that, of course, have been something that I've been in love with for a long time,
Mhm.
which is cooking. I've come from a a lineage of restaurant owners and all of that stuff. And so I didn't want to do the restaurant thing again, just because it's hard work. But I wanted to do something that I love, which is baking. I love to cook, period. But I love to bake. And my mom is, of course, my lab rat, so she's tasting everything. And
the
so
high yellow Mrs. Wilson.
that high yellow woman.
Yes.
And so I've started a little boutique bakery. We're gonna do like pop-up tastings and stuff like that. And
hopefully you'll do one here.
absolutely, and then you can
Class
come and
Boutique.
eat and taste and shop.
Yes.
And so it's
And
called
drink.
and drink.
We always got the drink going
Yes.
on. Yeah.
Couture Cravings is the name.
Couture Cravings. That sounds fancy.
Yeah, all ingredients are premium.
Okay.
We're not using any I guess you say Hill Country Fare. Nothing's wrong with that, because I use that
'Cause
sometimes.
You can use that on my shit.
You know, but
Like, for real.
we're using, really great butter. One of my favorite butter companies is Tillamook. We're using,
yes.
you know,
So when I was diabetic, they make a good low sugar ice cream.
right.
They make cheese too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're using good ingredients, but also we're gonna duplicate everything that we have that's on the regular menu. We have a vegan menu as well. We have this
I want the
awesome
regular
vegan
menu. James, which menu
chocolate
you
chip
gonna order
cookie.
off of? The regular.
Regular.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Just the regular stuff with us.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even use like the old Crisco stuff with
That's left on the stove.
Yeah,
and,
you can get the hard butter sticks for our shit right there.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Oh
do
yeah, there's
nothing
nothing.
fancy. You don't nah.
There's nothing better than bacon grease pound cake.
Yeah.
Yes,
Saying.
yes. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that write that,
That
down.
does sound
that
good.
sounds damn good right about now.
Yeah, it really does.
Bacon grease pound
cornbread.
cake?
Yeah, with the bacon.
Bacon bits on
Bits on
top
top?
with like a caramel or something like.
Thanks.
We said it first. No, y'all heard it come straight out my mouth.
And it's gonna be straight in my kitchen.
I get 30%.
Absolutely.
That's all I got to say. Okay.
Yeah, so we have
I'm
we have
excited.
Couture Cravings, and then
Uh-huh.
we have Personality, which is
Personality.
a
Okay.
t-shirt line that I'm
Mhm.
starting that's going to have like crazy, funny things on them. People that are down for like social justice stuff. Gonna
Mhm.
have that. People that are, you're of course from the LGBTQAI plus family. We're gonna have all types of shirts geared towards that. Actually, we're debuting a shirt tonight, right before Pose comes on. It's-
Where is that?
It's gonna be. I'm gonna debut it online.
Oh.
So that's
don't- I
you're
don't
gonna
get
see
to
that, and
know-
you're gonna,
I don't
and
get
of
to
course
know
you're gonna get
first.
one. You're gonna get one for free. I'm gonna give you one. Are you House of Evangelista or Wintour or Ferocity?
Who do you think?
I would hope you're an Evangelista.
Oh, you already know. Okay.
Okay, very
Our
good.
mother.
So we're debuting that shirt tonight, and just really excited about new business ventures, because I know that I love the theater. I'm immersed in it so much
Yeah.
that if I don't find other things to do, then
Mhm.
I'll lose myself.
Yes.
So I have to follow my passions
Mhm.
and make them businesses.
And people don't understand that, because people are like, well, how do you do all that you do? But if I didn't, I would go insane.
Right.
Yeah, you're like me. Like, we constantly, our brains are constantly moving, and
Yeah.
then, we got to have a person like James to say, trim it down.
Right.
Trim it
Yaya
down.
has been
Yeah.
doing that, and I'm so thankful for her. Who is now my new associate artistic director for the Creative
Okay.
Collab. She's the person that's been like, okay, Brian, if this is what we're gonna do,
Right.
let's stick with it, because you know how we are. But like, no, let's not do that. Let's just wipe the slate and start over, do something different.
Yes.
But she's like, no, Brian, you can't add any more pieces to her Colored Boyz. Brian, you got to be
Ugh.
consistent, blah, blah, blah. So it's just, I know me, and I
Mhm.
know my energy, and I know
Mhm.
how I am. And I think that I can do anything and everything all the time,
Right.
anytime. And
Because we do it so well. I mean, we got the Midas touch.
yeah,
I mean, you stick with us, you going to turn to gold.
absolutely.
It's going to be the cheap gold with me, but he going to be like the premium and gold.
Rose gold.
I'm going to be like the gold that you, at
Pyrite.
the flea market.
Pyrite.
That kind of gold.
Isn't that fool's gold?
That's fool's gold. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it. That's why I just kept talking over here by myself.
Nope, you didn't get it. Fool.
Fool's gold.
I still don't get it.
You don't remember like when we was in school, like they would bring that big old rock and it was shiny and gold. And be like, "Ooh, we got some gold in the classroom, y'all." Ooh, and it's like, that's pyrite, y'all.
Fool's
No.
gold. You never heard of fool's gold?
Not the movie? The
Sure.
song by Fist in a Tantrum?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. I guess we're just going to move
There you
right
have it.
on.
There you have
What a
it.
cake. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. So tell us about the wait, what?
So we're gonna eat some old fashioned pound cake today.
Okay, so when we come back from this break,
Yeah.
we're going to test Brian's, what kind of cake is it?
Old-fashioned pound cake.
Old-fashioned pound cake.
Vanilla flavored.
Then we're going to talk about this bullshit that happened in Galveston, Texas, which you guys all know about it because it made national news.
Yeah.
We're going to break it all the way down.
Absolutely.
Then we're going to do that business review. So stick with the Libra Lounge. We'll be right back.
Woo.
Hey guys, it's Keisha, the host of the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast and web series. If you follow me on social media, you know that the Million Harris is one of the sponsors of the show. I've told you all about the great hair products for both men and women that they have, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to actually see some of their hair bundles. Here they are. What I did was I ordered both 20 and 22-inch Malaysian bundles and a frontal from the Million Harris and took them to my stylist and had her make this unit. Yes, this is actually a lace front unit made from the bundles I purchased at the Million Harris. I usually don't wear this much hair extensions, nor do I wear it this long, but I really, really love it. The hair feels amazing. It looks great. I've been getting compliments everywhere that I go. So make sure to go to her website or stop by the shop and get your order on. She's got hair products, bundles, and mink lashes. Make sure to use my discount code Libra20 for 20% off your total purchase. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge. So right here we have an old-fashioned pound cake by it's Couture Cravings.
Couture Cravings.
All right, so I'm about to taste this. And while I'm tasting this, can you kind of give us like a breakdown of the incident in Galveston, Texas, which is one of our neighboring towns? We don't always claim it though.
Right.
Yeah,
the dirty water.
No, yeah, the gumbo water. Tell us what just happened, because I mean, I think it was it Good Morning America or?
Oh, we really made the news.
Yeah.
What you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
James, it ain't gonna be no leftovers.
So
if you don't come get none now, you ain't gonna get none.
So yesterday I was, of course, on social media, and Adrian Bell, who is running for representative seat here in this area, it was on her page, and she had the picture. So I just saw the picture, but then I read first. So I read the caption, and she said this is a confirmed account that's happened in Galveston County, in Galveston, of a young man who was reported to be trespassing, and
which don't everybody in Galveston trespass? I thought that's just what Galvestonians
that's just what you do. But so this picture was of two police officers, two white police officers on horseback. And the gentleman was in between them, had his hands behind his back. He was handcuffed, and a blue rope was tied to the handcuffs. So the imagery of this set us back to 1865, 1862-ish, or whatever. It looked like actually, when I posted on Facebook, I posted the image of Kunta Kinte when he was being brought into the when he was bought, and he had a chain around his neck, because it was that same imagery of a slave in chains being drugged by a man on a horse. And the imagery itself stunned everyone on social media. But then also, as we talked and learned about the mounted patrol's procedures in arresting, first off, they said there were no squad cars available.
But Galveston wasn't that goddamn busy.
Right. And Galveston is about this big. So it's not a huge city. And so there were no squad cars available. That's why they sent the mounted patrol out. And the mounted patrol therein took him to, I guess, what they said, a staging center. For him to be picked up or whatnot. But then also they showed a moment where he had something over his head. I have a video. We saw the video where there was something over his head and they pulled it off. So it really just took us back to slavery times, of when, the slave was drugged behind a horse in chains. And our county has really been going, the melee has been really rampant with the comments not just from the people that were opposing this, but also for the people that were for this type of treatment. Now, mind you, the police chief, Mr. Vernon Hale, released a statement immediately, which I applaud that, and we're so thankful that he did do this. He did not take his time. He did not drag his feet. He released a statement immediately saying that this is not standard procedure. And I did my research. I looked, and I was confirming what he said. And basically what they were saying is that mounted police during a crowd-heavy event,
it wasn't nothing crowd-heavy.
You could have threw a grenade in this area and went off, and nobody would have got hit.
Yeah.
There was no one around. So the 2 police officers were suspended based on poor judgment, which I wholeheartedly agree. Now, there are your people that I'm looking at the police, the Galveston PD's website, how people are now upset. They're pissed off because these 2 police officers were reprimanded for, of course, using poor judgment, because it was not a crowded event. This was a time where they could have got their asses off of the horse, detained the man if they thought he was going to be a threat to them or himself, and then from there on called a squad car and waited. What the fuck are you doing in Galveston County to the point to where you have to hurriedly put him on a leash and drag his black ass down the street like we're back in taking him to the big house for Big Daddy and Massa. So that was my biggest problem, and I blew it up over social media. Of course, my social media was going crazy.
As was mine. I even got called racist today.
Yeah, I mean, but I was just reading some of the comments, and it's so bad that you look at it and you see how it's black people are against, white people are for. Now, not all white people, because I've seen some white people that are utterly against it and utterly upset. But a lot of the comments are from the white people saying he shouldn't have committed a crime. Oh, well, that's standard procedure. No, dumbass, it's not standard procedure. The standard procedure is if there is a crowd present, then that's what you would do. Of course, I get it. If there's a crowd present, if there's someone acting a plum ass and a fool, and I gotta get you, and I gotta do something in that regard, then I'm gonna do that, because I gotta get you away from the crowd, because there's no telling what you're gonna do. I get it, but this was not the standard. This was not standard practice. This was done in poor judgment, and also it just lets me know the heart of these officers. Now, I read something Leon Phillips wrote, who's a great friend of ours, a great friend of my family's, and I kind of get my fight for social justice spirit from my dad, my mom, and of course Leon Phillips. And it's a group called the Galveston County Coalition for Justice, and they were in the New York Times today, which is big. I'm so excited that this has happened for them to be able to get the exposure, but not for the reason why they're getting it. But Leon said that Mr. Phillips said that we understand that this man was taken, but what if this was the wrong officers at the wrong time 3 years from now? What would this incident be? Right. Would this man be dead? Could this be one of those I gotta shoot him type of an incident? So
he wasn't posing a threat to.
No, and another thing was said is that they said in reports that he was known for, homeless man was known in the area.
Most homeless people are people, because I heard that he also mental illness. That's Galveston. I mean, it's not like it's something new to the officers.
No. And
and I take the stance of, since everyone's like making it a black-white thing, which I do think it is, but personally, I wouldn't want to see anybody treated like that.
Not at all.
And then to take it a step further,
it's inhumane.
It really was. When you see that picture, your heart should hurt, just because of picture that as one of your family members that's happening to. I mean, and here's another thing. I told James earlier, I'm like, I don't like the fact that the damn horses were out there like 120-degree weather either. Like, there was no reason for them to be on the horses. There was no reason for them to treat this man the way that he did. And it's heartbreaking. And then, like you said, you get on social media and some people just think that there was absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. And how dare you
point that out and make it a race thing? I'm like, it's a humanity thing to me.
Right.
I wouldn't want to see anybody in that situation, because it could have been handled so many different ways. They could have sat him, went inside McDonald's and gave him a cup of water and waited for a squad car, since there was none available at the moment.
And I've seen many a time, at Mardi Gras, or any time I've seen many a time when these people are belligerent, drunk, or whatever, they're handcuffed and they sit them on the curb. Yeah. And they make them wait. you know, and the more I get so emotional about it because, you know, it's such a fight that, you know, I heard my dad talk about, I've heard my mom talk about. You know, my mom was is a direct product of the Jim Crow South, and of course my dad is a little bit older, so he's a direct product of that as well. And then here I am, the youngest of the offspring, still witnessing things like that. And when you look at the picture, I think one lady on my social media, she wrote, she's like, when was this? She's like, what?
That's what my mom
You
did.
know-
She texted her, she's like, Keisha, when was this? And I'm like, today. She's like, I thought that was a picture from slavery days.
No,
Because that's what it looked
that's
like.
what it looked like. The imagery itself, for anyone who has a heart for people,
Exactly.
let's not even get into race, skin color, or anything like that. For having a heart for people, mental illness as well, and to see that this was going on in Galveston County in 2019, if you don't have a problem with that, something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it because it's the fucking truth. When you look at leadership, everything, I say this in for Colored Boyz, it trickles on down to the bottom.
Yes, it does.
It trickles on down. So when you have a wonderful president who spews hate language and thinks it's okay, but thinks it's not even hate language,
right?
But his base and his people take it as hate language. You get El Paso.
Yeah.
You get also the comments that we've been getting and seeing from the way these people are responding to this man who was treated like a damn dog. A dog. And
For trespassing. Not for killing, not for shooting, not for stabbing, not for posing a threat to anyone's life, but for trespassing.
No.
I don't even know how they could tell in Galveston because I just see people
but
always.
I had a friend of mine, Stephanie Riley, who's a great friend of mine from high school. Love you so much. She even did a little bit more research. She said, and she wrote on my post, the place that he was supposedly trespassing at, was a public place. So he may have been loitering, maybe, or something like that. So I don't know, James, the difference of loitering and trespassing.
Loitering is, well, I'll say that this. Trespassing is usually willingly violating a space. So as opposed to loitering, which is hanging around a place that they really don't want people just hanging around. Does that make sense?
Right. And then so the police will come and say, hey, you need to leave. As opposed to you're trespassing. Oh, you're breaking, that's kind of lawful, isn't it?
Well, it depends. So the one thing nobody showed was what led up to him actually being arrested. Because typically with loitering, they just say, hey, move along.
Leave.
Move.
Yeah.
If you tell somebody, hey, move along, and let's say they're homeless and mentally ill, and they become either violent, belligerent, or appear in some way, in danger or distress, then it's handled a little bit differently than just saying move on. But again, I don't think any of that warrants being walked down the street for half a mile when you could just be set on the corner to be picked up if he did warrant being arrested.
Right.
So, I mean, my only thing is that I think it was a shitty move. I think it was a dumb thing to do. I think it was terrible judgment. I don't know if I'm willing to indict the men on a lifetime of ideology and wrongdoing. At this point, I'm kind of with Keisha. It was a shitty thing to do to a person, period.
Yeah.
Like, it's dumb judgment, and that shouldn't be what happens in any application of the law.
Right.
No.
When we have car, and there's no parade.
They
going on
have
today.
bikes in Galveston. They have cars.
There's 100 different ways to
so
move
many
somebody.
other things that they could have done.
But also the proximity of the courthouse to the Strand area in which they looked like they were at is not that far.
No, it's not.
So I know that there was someone.
Oh, there's plenty of ways to get somebody, and like you said, usually you sit down and wait for the car to get
And they
there.
could have just
That's how
simply
it
have
works in
done
Houston.
that.
Houston, no one gets carried by horse anywhere.
Right.
You get arrested, and then you sit on the curb until they call a car to come pick you up.
Yeah.
It's just
And in no way, shape, or form are we defending the actions of this man for whatever he did to get arrested.
Absolutely not.
If he committed a crime, then yes, he should get arrested.
Absolutely.
It was the treatment that he had once he was in the hands of the law. That's the problem.
It's the transport, and again, it's the imagery.
It was
The imagery,
horrible.
it was
it's
horrible.
just bad.
Yeah.
It
But also it goes to tell you how much or how smart. Let's just say that how smart some police officers are.
That's
You
the
know,
scary part
you
that
know.
they two of them together.
Nobody said,
You know
this,
what?
This file's gonna
No.
look
Yeah.
crazy. How about we just stop?
Or that this is wrong. We can do this 100 different other ways.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, there's the extreme way, which is thinking these guys wanted to make an example of this black man as white cops, which
Right.
I'm not ready to indict them on that immediately. But there's
It
also
was just a bad call.
at a minimum, it was pretty dumb and short-sighted.
Yeah.
You know, now again, if they were following some rule they can cite, it's a
There's
pretty
no-
bad time to
no,
apply that
mm-mm.
rule.
Right.
It's just
We're living
It's
in
not
very
good.
sensitive times right now when it comes to, for one, police and black men.
I go back to my mom and my dad, who are my dad was, but my mom is a member of the Galveston County Coalition for Justice.
Mhm.
And I remember as a kid, and still today, when you drive into the wonderful city of Galveston, as soon as you get there, you look to the right, there's the Confederate flag.
Mhm.
It's a reminder to let you know where you are.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, it's Galveston though.
you still,
I mean-
and also just listening to I was talking to my mom about the show before we coming in today, and she was just like, Brian, she's like, but we've always had those problems with the Galveston police. She said, we've always had problems like that.
And
She's
nothing's
like,
been fixed.
and she's like, and nothing's been fixed. So she said, so for us to see this is a good opportunity for us to see the beast
right.
for what it is. Yes, I understand what James was saying about those two officers, but I'm willing to put on the table.
I thought that was gonna be okay.
Are you that guy?
Mhm.
Are you that guy that's loving of that wonderful Confederate flag, that's wanting to make America great again? Are you
Yeah.
that fella?
Yeah.
So it's not indicting the officers immediately, but
Mhm.
I need to know more about them. I need to know more about how they've been trained,
Right.
and just their
They most
smartness.
definitely need a sensitivity training.
But their smartness, you understand the political climate we're in. You're law enforcement agents.
Mhm.
You should be very, very understanding of what's going on in our world, what's going on. Okay, we got him.
Exactly.
We got him in handcuffs. If we put this damn rope on this man and we put him down the street, start going down the street, we gonna look like a fool, and we're
And
gonna
you
look
did.
racist as fuck. So
And
we
you did.
don't need to do that, John. Okay, well,
Yeah,
all
Paul.
right,
You know
Bob.
what, Paul? You're right. We don't need to do
No,
that.
let's not do that because we're not gonna have a job.
Yeah, because you shouldn't. You should most definitely be suspended without pay.
And they are.
For the record, I'm not racist. I don't fucking like nobody.
Yeah, that's
I like animals.
right.
Right.
And pound cake.
James, if you want some of this pound cake, you're going to have to come on here and get you some during this break. Otherwise, you ain't going to get no opportunity.
Yeah, just to be clear, she's not a real big fan of the white guy she's even married to.
Not at all.
So
He's bottom of the barrel. So when we get back, Brian and I are going to give a business review. Like I stated, I've posted that, every once in a while we're going to start doing business reviews, and they don't have to be bad. But in this case with Brian and I, it's pretty gosh darn bad. So we'll
not
be right
good.
back. Sassy Class Boutique is the hot spot for your fashion, beauty, and home decor desires. We celebrate women of all shapes and sizes with our trendy collection of regular and plus size clothing. Looking for the right accessories? We have upcycled Louis Vuitton handbags, vegan purses, and jewelry to add sass to your class. We also offer health and beauty products from salon quality hair care to cruelty-free makeup. Our edgy home decor items will make you the envy of all of your neighbors. Sassy Class Boutique also offers custom items like shirts, hats, and other gifts for any occasion. All of our vendors are female-owned small businesses, and together we are Sassy Class Boutique. Located at 3709 Fata Drive in Dickinson, Texas, 77539. Or shop anytime with us at www.sassyclassboutique.com.
Bitch, please. You be rolling down the street, telling stories. Bitch, you never tell the truth. Bitch, please. Everybody know you lying, bitch, cause all you do is lie.
As always, it has been an absolute pleasure having the Brian Keith Wilson in the
Thank
Libra
you for
Lounge
having
studio.
me.
This what old-fashioned pound cake was absolutely delicious. I even shared just a tad bit with producer
did.
James. I did. I was nice.
How was it, James?
it was delicious, and that's the best piece she's given me in a long time.
Ooh, that's
Piece of
good.
anything.
Piece of anything.
Have you ever met somebody that they just welcome ass kicking? They
I
just
think
they
it's
like it.
Masochist.
Yeah.
It's a part of
It's
it.
just kind of like, you know what? I want any kind of attention from her. I think that's what it is. So he says dumb shit all the time. And you know what? The older that I get and the more Christian like I become, I just don't say anything at all. I just look at him and I pray. That's all I can do. All right. So Brian and I had a very horrendous experience with a PR firm earlier this year. So our very first business review here at the Libra Lounge with Keisha is going to be Finest Hour PR, and it's owned by Shatona. That's Shatonna Nelson.
Okay, Nelson.
Okay.
Yeah.
She goes by other names as well. And I'm going to call her a few of them while we're giving this business review.
Okay.
So, a while back when we first branched out on our own, I was semi-stalked by a person on social media who had been watching the show and was a fan of the show and wanted to come and be on the show. So she and someone else she was working with, they came and they were on the show. And from then, for about a year, she kind of chased me around about working with me. So I went out on a limb. James and I were in the need of a PR person. And I was warned, but you know me, I like to give everybody a chance. And sometimes those chances just fuck me over. Case in point, this one. So Brian, where do we, you know what, we're going to start with you because I recommended, no, I take that back. It's your goddamn fault.
It's my fault.
You started working with the bitch first.
So,
I know.
For Colored Boyz was, we were starting the journey to get the show going, and we were in the need of PR as well. Mind you, I'm doing everything on my dime. We are a mom and pop, brand new arts nonprofit who has no endowments or anything like that. So I'm doing everything on my dime.
He said endowment.
I know, right? Robbing Peter to pay Paul, and just doing what I have to do. And I'm not rich. I'm a retired teacher that's trying to make things happen and take care of my mom and just do what I love to do and put my art into the world. So we were looking for a PR, someone to work the PR side of things for us, and we found Shatonna. She was referred by Alicia, who is my production manager. Alicia is my baby. Alicia's still working with us. Alicia is my baby.
But I got my eye on you, Alicia.
And so, but Alicia was warned as well about the practices and everything about this person. Excuse me. So again, like myself, I don't go based on what people tell me. I go based on my own experiences. So we went with Shatonna for PR. We paid our $50 fee. You paid that fee too, didn't you?
No, I paid a lot more.
See, but the first one we paid for the 2 weeks or the okay. So I guess business.
Mine had a couple of more zeros.
Business practices are different. So we paid the $50 upfront trial fee to try, to go through her services. I think it was for 2 weeks. And I must say, in those 2 weeks, I was pleased.
Pleased to the point that
I referred her to Keisha and James.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. And so after those 2 weeks passed, we were ready to move forward. And usually when one moves forward, there is a contract or something presented. We were very clear, and when I say very clear, it's in writing how clear we were to say that we know that the show is gonna make money. We know that there's a great opportunity for sponsorships for this show, and so we myself and Alicia helped as well. I made a production, a sponsorship package. And so it was one of those things to where if you take on the PR for this show, you were going to be able to solicit sponsors for us. And if you're able to solicit sponsors for us, you're going to get money. So you're probably going to get more money from the back end of what we're going to pay, plus the percentage from sponsorships as well. So we made that very clear. to Shatana. And so we were waiting for the contract to start our 2 weeks. I mean, after our 2 weeks, never happened. Never got the contract. Now, mind you, our show is coming up, and we were literally a month out. And that's when, when you're working in the PR game, it's all about appearances. And it was just some things that, as a creative in this business, and I've been in the business a long time. I've seen PRs work the room and work the, everything. And I was just not pleased with her appearance and how she presented herself in situations. So I was kind of like, that was like red flags going up. But then also red flag went up at the end of the 2 weeks. She went ghost. We never heard anything from her. And so
But she was talking about you.
Yeah, she was talking about me. Sure. Well, everybody talks about me. But she was just pretty much saying that she didn't think that I needed her anymore.
Okay.
And I didn't make that clear.
Okay.
That's what she said. I said, well, we never made that clear. Alicia had been waiting on the contract. And here we are, March 1st. Now, mind you, we have 28 days before my show starts.
Right.
So we literally decided, Alicia and I, that this was not going to work. Now, mind you, she sent me her contract in a little bit over on like maybe March the 3rd or 4th.
Was it on a napkin?
She was writing notes on napkins and using my paper in meetings as well. But March 4th.
Too. The bitch, you still owe me some paper and a pen.
See, there we go. And so here we are about March 4th. Our show we open March 29th, the end of March. It didn't make sense to me in my mind, in my business mind, to go into any contract with anyone 24 days out before my show opens.
Right.
It just didn't make any sense to me at all. And so I said, we're not going to do this. We're not going to go into a contract. We're not going to do that. And she, of course, wrote another list of promises that she was going to, go through and give us. And those things didn't happen. And
with her whack ass, overly needed to be refilled French manicure nails.
There you have it, that too. That's that appearance thing again.
And that breath that smelled like it was straight out of the ass of hell.
That appearance thing. There we go again.
And them ashy ass feet and hands.
That appearance thing. There we go again.
And a synthetic wig. Yeah, it was synthetic. Yeah.
So it was just I knew that was not going to be a great match for us at the time, and we parted amicably. Oh. Okay, so now So I thought, and of course she's going back and telling people that I owed her money or I didn't want to pay her. When it was written in black and white, and we have every receipt.
And I got every text message from the hoe. Every text
receipt.
Message.
And because we made that very clear that we are trying to make money.
Right.
We're trying to get to a place. We're trying to gain footing in the theater business. We're trying to put the brand out there so that way we can step to the table and say, hey, PR, because I'm still paying PR now.
Right.
So we're at that point to where we're trying to get things paid, bills paid. People don't understand about theater. Even on Broadway, it's hard to pay your bills.
Yeah.
It's hard. You'll see a show go up one day, and that show will close within the next week or so.
Right.
That's just the theater business. A lot of people in Houston don't get it and don't understand, but it is hard to be in the black and then let alone the green, in the theater business. It's really it's not easy. So we knew that going forward, and I always said I wanted to be very transparent, with her, and that was very much so known. And so I guess one of the things that she used as leverage, I guess, in her talks about me was to make it seem like I didn't have the money to pay her or anything like that, which we did not, and we said that from the beginning. Hence the reason why we made the sponsorship package.
Right, and she was going to get paid.
And she was going to get paid off of that, and then once the show was done, we were going to make her a payment. Because we know that the tickets were selling.
Right.
So that was that, and I, like I said, I didn't know that she was out there talking about a client of hers, because I was a client, and she was
to me,
to my friend,
in which I said, I'm not comfortable with this. It put me in an awkward position between my friend and then someone who's supposed to be helping me, because during that time, the podcast was doing really well, but we were getting ready for the grand opening of the boutique. So it was very stressful, like very, 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 very stressful times. I know for you, and mine was right along with that. You're spending money, but you're not making money.
None.
So when we officially started working with her, because Brian did highly recommend her, and I actually let him and producer James talk, and I said, James, whatever you think, that's what we'll go with. And he was like, let's just give her a shot.
Because you remember you were like Brian. So
I was
you,
on the fence.
You were no, but you were also calling
Mm-hmm.
and like, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
How is everything?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What is it? Is everything okay?
Yeah,
What
and
did I
everything
say?
went great. You like everything has been going really well with those 2 weeks. Then things just
And then it's like week 3.
shit
But then
just
also
happens.
week 3, that's when she was going to LA, going to Atlanta.
So let me stop you right
I
there.
got the pictures for that shit.
I do too. So one of her claim to fame was that she went to the Oscars this year, which, hey, that is a great thing. But what a lot of people don't know is that, yes, there is the Oscars, but there's a bunch of little parties and get-togethers that go into that as well. So she wasn't really at the Oscars. She was at one of those things that's like an event assistant. Okay? I'm not going to snatch that away from you. But what I have a problem with is that you tell me, oh, I got all these pictures of these celebrities. And you start sending me these pictures, which you could tell it's where celebrities are coming out of different buildings and different gatherings.
Rihanna, Jennifer Lopez,
Yes.
something.
But then I was like, I just saw those
saw that
pictures
on
on TMZ.
TMZ.
The exact same pictures, okay? So I just kind of overlooked that. I'm like, maybe she's just trying to make herself look a little bit better. Whatever. I just kind of ignored that. I'm like, okay, that's really dumb, but okay, whatever. So when we start working with Shatana, I was so just glad to be working with the PR that I also...
And I said, don't. I said, wait, let me go meet... I said, I'm going to meet another PR. Hold on. You was like, I signed the paperwork.
Contract. I've already signed the contract.
Oh, Lord.
So in that time, I referred 2 other people to Shatana. Okay. One of them being Kelly Provocateur, where she's been on our show before. She's a very well-known pornographic actress. And I also introduced her to another friend who's been on the show, Singer Sterling. Okay. So as soon as Kelly starts working with Shatana, she's been in the business a long time, but her red flags went up. She says, whenever a person talks this much, it's bullshit. Now, I'm not exactly sure what all went down with her, but again, here is Shatana, who you do sign a non-disclosure. She did with all of her clients. She's again talking to me about her client, telling me that Kelly's on drugs, that Kelly is in Austin. What was it, South by Southwest?
South by Southwest.
That all of her, she was using Shatana's name to get into all these parties, and that all these people were telling her how your girl was strung out on this pill and snorting this and this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm believing it, okay? And then Kelly's like, this girl owes me money. She's like, I've cut ties with her. She's full of shit. Nothing that she said she could do. I could say Kelly was a little bit smarter than us because she caught on to that shit about a week and a half. She was like, and now she won't give me back my money. Now, in between this time, I've also referred Singer Sterling to her. And probably within 2 weeks, problem started.
That's
okay,
it's
the 2
2
weeks. Yes. So during this time that I'm working with Shatana, we're trying to open up a business and also plan a grand opening. Me and Brian are almost to the point we're not even really talking because it's an awkward situation. This person has screwed him over. I'm still working with this person. This person is saying stuff, and I'm just like,
oh no, but really got me is when that heifer posted that picture of her with her best friends. It was you, Dominique, and it was her. I said,
we're not best friends,
this
but
spider. I said, oh
yeah. So, I should have known way back when Shatana had invited me to broadcast from an event of a store that opened in Houston called Screws and Soul.
Oh, that's where Alicia met her.
Oh, okay.
That same event.
Too. Okay. So she was doing PR for the owners of Screws and Soul, but things started going south.
At the event?
After the event.
Oh.
She started complaining. I was hearing different rumors, but I should have known something because she was again talking to me, and I have the text messages to prove it, about the owners of Screws and Soul, about the husband, pretending to be a student at PV so that he could have sex with girls there, and how the girlfriend / wife that he had now was sending her screenshots of their negative bank account, which I still have the photo of that because she sent a picture to me of these people's bank accounts.
So let's just make that really, really, really clear for all the listeners. your PR sent you pictures of another one of her clients' bank
accounts.
They're banking personal information.
Right.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
No, yes, I
My
have
mouth
it
is
still.
open. I'm sorry, y'all.
No. You would fucking faint if you saw all the text messages. And James always makes fun of me because I never delete text messages, but I kept every single one with her. So I have these people's banking information. So if you're the owners of Screws and Soul, I got your shit. Okay, so by this time, Kelly's mad at me because I have recommended this person who has fucked her over, did not give her back her refund. She actually had to report the money that she sent as fraud to get it. And it was only $400, okay? So in between this time, she's telling me all these things about another person who is a friend, Singer Sterling. She basically tried to out him as being gay, okay? Because she was going back and forth to Atlanta. What is the name of the executive producer who did the R. Kelly documentary?
Is it Tamara?
Yes. So supposedly she was meeting with this lady because they were going to shoot a new reality TV show and they just had to have us in a reality TV show. So Shatona texts me, well, if your friend is not going to actually come out as gay, he's not going to be on the show. Now, I don't know what Singer Sterling is. I don't know if he's gay, straight, bi, nor do I care, but it was also none of my business to know this. But again, I do have that text message where she's trying to out him as being gay. Then she also tried to out him for trying to steal money from her, okay? Which I'm like, oh my God, I'm believing these things because why would a person make this shit up, okay? So in between that time, her grandmother's in the hospital. Long story short, she told me the grandmother was in the hospital.
Her kid was in the hospital.
Her kid was in the hospital, but she told Singer Sterling that her grandmother had died. And then she didn't find out that the grandmother had died until she saw it on Facebook, which I'm like, but the grandmother lives with you, so why? I don't know. Okay. So James, correct. You know, you're gonna have to fill in some spots for me. In between this time, she's constantly telling me about Tamara, who is the executive producer of the R. Kelly special that came on Lifetime, telling me her business. I have the screenshots still, the text messages, saying how, oh, she's not calling you back because she's having to move because people are actually breaking into her house since she did this R. Kelly story. People are harassing her. Dumbass me. I'm like, oh my God. That is so scary. I totally understand. It's probably fucking bullshit. Then it was another time we were supposed to interview Tamara. And we're like, look, this is not how we do things at the Libra Lounge. We plan things out. We do show layouts. Like, we don't do this back and forth last minute shit. So guess what it was this time why Tamara couldn't be interviewed? I didn't take into consideration that she was such good friends with Nipsey Hussle. And I'm like, okay. I guess I'm going to just go with that, okay? In between this time, we are constantly paying her per month, okay? Our fee. Go ahead, James, because I know I'm going all over the place.
That's okay. So just let's break down the basics. So number one, if you hire somebody and you work out a set of tasks,
right?
And you agree on those tasks, and then you check on those tasks.
And James checked her ass on all the tasks. And he had to manage her.
And 1%
got done.
Are actually being done.
Everything else was excuses. I've never seen something. I haven't seen or heard of people being in the hospital that much. Doctors don't be in the hospital as much as this girl was in the hospital. It was constantly someone died. Someone was sick. Someone was on life support. She had a heart condition. All of this bullshit. So, and it took up so much time because, of course, me being me, I befriended this person who was lying to me the whole entire time. None of the things that she said she would do, including getting us very small sponsorships, did she do. As a matter of fact, she also left a contract between us inside of someone else's vehicle.
So here's a great example.
Wow.
So one of your jobs as PR is, or if you agree to it, is to get sponsorship. So if you go and find people who are willing to write you a check, what's job number one?
You go get the check.
Go get the check.
Mm-hmm.
That was always a problem.
What you don't do is tell your client who's paying you to generate revenue, you don't tell your client, well, you know, I don't think
$500
right for you, or you know, I don't think it was worth the $500 that your sponsor was going to give you. So
that's not your decision to make.
That's not your decision.
It's our
that's
decision.
Mine. That's mine as the owner, and I want every penny that somebody is willing to donate.
Because it's a penny that we didn't have.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So there was that. tasks not being completed, shit that was promised.
Oh, wait a
never
minute. I
delivered.
want to jump on something that Bryan said. She never, ever, ever came prepared to a meeting. She never had a laptop with her. She never had a clipboard with her. She never had a fucking pen with her. Every time we met with her, she came down here, even though she kept saying she had 3 offices and a staff in the Houston area. Okay. But she never had anything. And how many times was her laptop broken down or left?
It never worked.
It was to the point we were getting ready to buy a bitch a fucking laptop just to make life easier for ourselves, okay?
When we were, in the beginning stages of
Her name is Shatona Nelson, if I didn't mention that.
mounting the show, we were doing a lot of meetings at Rice University. Well, growing up in the theater business, especially being a black man in commercial theater, there's just a way that I present myself to my constituents. And I always make sure that I look the part.
Right.
That's just what we do, period. In corporate America, whatever. So there was a meeting that we were going to have together at Rice University. She was going to meet me there. Thank God it rained. Thank God it rained. And I met with her thereafter.
What she have on, Bryan?
She had on slides, flip-flops.
That was every time I saw her too.
And it rained. Let me go back to that word. It rained.
And you got on flip-flops.
And we're meeting with higher ups in the academia world of Rice University, and we're trying to present ourselves and present this product that we're bringing to the university, and all of my staff is accountable. We have to be accountable, and I don't care what people say or what people think. As someone that works in this industry, it's a superficial game, and we're always looking at your appearance and how you look. But also, it's the flip side of that as well, because a lot of ignorant white folk think that you're going to come in the room looking a hot ghetto mess.
And she never disappointed them. Never, not once. No.
So it's one thing to be bad at your job. Right. So not dressing right when you're in a
not being professional,
not getting tasks done. All of that I can sometimes, chalk up to you're new to the game. Maybe you're not good with time management.
But not with a person who was constantly telling us how damn good she was at her job.
But let's put all of that aside and get to the outright laws and
go ahead and tell them, James. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
Number 1, for our grand opening for Sassy Class Boutique,
that she didn't do not one goddamn thing for.
Located in Dickinson, Texas, www.sassyclassboutique.com.
And we also sell plus sizes.
I'm going to go shopping.
So we were told we were going to have a proclamation from Mayor Sylvester Turner, who is the mayor of Houston, and somehow we're going to
Which I continuously told her, I don't need that.
Right.
I have no interest in it.
But it was promised.
Trying to get this boutique open.
Said it was done. Told us they were just waiting on a right time to schedule with the mayor's office. Okay.
What else she say, James? What else?
Also, we were going to be interviewed by
who?
Coco Dominguez from Fox 26. They were going to come down to the store, do a little story, do a little interview, because they're such good friends. Okay. So on the day of the grand opening, number 1, no Mayor Turner. No big loss. But Coco's assistant, Angel Dunn, called me and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, we can't quite find the place."
Yeah, because we're not like right off 45 South. It is literally 2 turns.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we can't make it. Okay. All right. Cool. We'll reschedule.
Now, and not to mention, how late was she to this event?
Oh, about halfway through.
And then how did she look when she came, James?
Like warmed over shit.
She looked like
a bag lady.
Yes, she looked like she woke up late and told her kids, "Y'all hurry up and get in the car. I got to take y'all to Little League practice." She had on red dingy jeans, a black shirt that wasn't black anymore, flip-flops with ashy feet, and breath that just smelled like every asshole in the state of Texas. And hair wasn't done. Now, granted, this is our grand opening, so we dressed. We are dressed. We are ready. We are camera ready, okay? And then she comes in looking like that, and I'm introducing her as my PR person, and everybody looking at me like Boo Boo the Fool. Go ahead, James.
So, 2 weeks later, I said that was a debacle.
Yeah, like every
Well-
other fucking thing she did.
Grand opening was great for us.
It's very highly successful. Thanks for everyone who attended.
Yes, thank you.
Hi.
So then 2 weeks later, I get another call from Angel Dunn
Who is Coco's assistant from Fox 26 News.
from Fox 26 News that said, I'm sorry, we're going to have to reschedule. This was, we've had a lot of problems with rain. I think this was when, was it? I guess it was Harvey.
There wasn't no fucking Harvey. Harvey was the year before.
No, that's right. No, it was some other tropical storm.
No, it was some bullshit is what it was.
So, all right, cool. All right, no problem. We'll reschedule.
Now, by this time, I'm pissed off every day.
Yeah.
Because it is all this talking and nothing is, she's not doing anything. We're still working as hard as we were before we had a PR, and she's not delivering on anything, but she's cashing those checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we get a text message that says, this was in May.
Because James had to check up on her again.
Oh, yeah.
Look, here's our task list. Now, to be fair, he had a task list. I had one. She had one. So we were all accountable for our task list. She never had her task list together, but this was the final blow.
Yep. So then she sent us a text message saying, well, I'm going to step back for a little bit. I'm going to let one of my other staff members kind of take care of y'all. And we immediately said, okay, what's going on with this and that and other thing? And she basically said, well, you know what? I quit. Basically, I quit.
Okay. So by that time, I'm straight motherfucking pissed off. So I cussed her out like, you have wasted our time. You have wasted our money. You have not delivered. What was the thing that she was supposed to have? The sponsorship package. We gave her everything she needed. She did not deliver on anything except for delivering that money wherever she needed. That was our money. Okay. Yep. So by this time, I'm pure pissed off. I don't want to deal with this. I'm stressed out. I've had enough. Now, in the meantime, she's calling a mutual friend, telling them how much she admired me, how I was her reason for getting up every day, how me and James were the only people who checked up on her, how she was so embarrassed that she wasn't able to fulfill her obligations. And she also told us that she was going to give us a full refund. Okay. That didn't happen. So then James gets really pissed off. And you know how white people are when they get pissed off, they start investigating shit. So what'd you find out, James?
Full report. Yeah. As soon as everything fell apart, I went into white person
investigative
due
mode.
diligence. Yeah, due diligence mode. So first up, called the mayor's office. They never even heard of Shatona Nelson. They had no proclamation request for Keisha Holman Owens or anything else. Strike one.
He spelled my name all kinds of ways just to verify, to make sure.
I talked to 3 different people at the office of the mayor. I talked to the person who actually writes them, who actually types them out.
But you know what? As bad as that sounds, it gets so much worse. Go on ahead and tell them, James.
It gets even better. So then I call Fox 26. And I say, because I forgot this one. About a week after she quit, I get a call from Angel Dunn, Coco Dominguez's assistant, and says, the interview's been canceled. I'm sorry. Something came up. Whatever. They canceled it. Okay. At this point, I'm already pissed. So I look up.
Now, and in between this time, all the people that we have referred to this girl are calling us.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's taking my money, but she didn't show up to this event. Or when she would show up to an event, case in point, the night of our grand opening, she went to another event and was high the whole time.
What?
Yes, I even have in my phone, girl, I'm so high off of these edibles, I'm going to bring you some. Now, y'all know me. I'm like, okay, cool. Don't forget to bring them. But she's high at an event that she's representing singer Sterling for, which he can't even find her at the event. When he does find her, he can hear her before he sees her because she's up there talking about what all she's going to do. Not to mention, she received his payment for that performance that he did, because Singer Sterling is a singer, just in case his name Singer Sterling didn't let you know what he did it for a profession. But they gave the check to Shatona to pay him. Do you think he ever got paid? No, he did not get paid at all. And furthermore, when he got there, no one even knew who Shatona Nelson was. But go ahead and tell him what this cunt did to me.
Yep. Okay.
And that's only reserved for I don't use that word a lot. I really don't. But she is a dragon cunt. And when he tells you this bullshit that she did, a dragon cunt.
Not a lizard, but a dragon.
A dragon cunt. Go ahead, James.
So we've got strike one, no proclamation.
Strike 25.
Strike two, interview canceled that was promised. Strike three, I call Fox 26's HR department. because I start searching for Angel,
Angel
Dunn.
Dunn. You can't find her on social media, nowhere.
I did. I found her based on the phone number that she called me from through various different search techniques, and found her name tied to some little production company in Houston. So no mention of any Fox 26, nothing like that. So then I call Fox 26. I talked to their HR department, and I say, excuse me, do you have a person? I'm doing an employment verification for a house loan. Can you tell me if Angel Dunn is a current employee there? No, we don't have anybody by that name. I said, okay, well, she put in here as a reference that she is Coco Dominguez's assistant. Sir, our reporters don't have assistants. I said, well, ma'am, you have someone right now who is portraying themselves as being one of your reporters' assistants, using your reporter's name and setting up interviews and failing on those interviews using your reporter's name. And she said, sir, send me every bit of information for that because we take that very seriously.
So she was
fraud.
Had someone calling pretending to be Angel Dunn, who was Coco Dominguez's assistant.
Yes.
So she was working harder at pretending that she was working than actually what she could have got a lot of shit accomplished. Yes. So do you think we've gotten a refund? No. But then we have found out many other things that this bitch has been doing. For one, how many evictions does she have? Current ones?
Current is one.
No,
two. Oh, two. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is all public record. This is not anything special. So yeah.
And then she also has a lawsuit against her because she stole a car.
Yep. She
bought a car from a man with the promise of, oh, I'm going to pay this off to you. She stopped paying for it and she got arrested. Now, check this out. She got arrested for this, missed out on different things that she was supposed to be doing. So people are looking for her, right? And they can't find her. So guess what the story was that she told everyone? I was pulled over by the police and beaten. I was in the hospital. They wouldn't let me make a call. My heart condition was acting up. And now all these people are talking about me, but I was beaten. And I have a lawsuit going on right now against Houston Police Department. I'm going to be getting millions because they beat me because I was in Jersey Village and they don't think that a black person should be in Jersey Village. Now, I forgot this little part. So 1 week before she started working for us, before we had a meeting with us, she said that she was in a very bad car wreck, okay? She even posted it on social media that they had to use the jaws of life to get her out. I'm like, well, are you okay? Did you go to the hospital? Oh, no, I'm fine. Just a little banged up. And I'm like, okay. But this is why she did it. So when she rolled up here, she was in a old hoopty, okay? So that was supposed to be her excuse to why she was in this vehicle. Now, on the flip side, she's telling Singer Sterling, oh, my Benz is in the shop because I normally don't roll around in this. Bitch, you was in that same car the entire, 2-3 months that we worked with you. That was a long-ass time for your Benz to be in the shop. Okay, but this was her excuse.
I can't believe she actually pulled a Rodney King defense.
She pretty much did. Yes,
that's insane. So we definitely give a few thumbs down to.
I give her these fingers. In fact, that's what I give to Finest Hour PR and Shatona Nelson because she is a fucking fraud, okay? And she's gonna fuck around and do the same shit that she did to us because trust and believe she did Singer Sterling very, very wrong. We was all walking around kind of depressed. Oh yes, depressed, having breakdowns. So we didn't even know that I didn't know he was having breakdowns. He didn't know I was having breakdowns. Singer Sterling was having breakdowns. Kelly was cool. She was just like, let's fuck that trick. So we all think that we have did we do something wrong? Were we stupid? Now we're out of money that we've been paying this person and she hasn't given any of us a refund back. And I have where she says, I'll give you a refund. But of course, once all of this went down, all of us started talking. So I did tell Singer Sterling, oh yeah, she's saying that, telling people all over the Houston that you are gay. So what did she, and she even sent him, because he told her smooth the fuck out. Oh God. I was like, oh, you just went all the way in on her. Then she got mad. So she emailed Singer Sterling and her attorney on the same email and all these other fucking emails that we later found out all go right back to her.
Oh yeah, that was a great thing. Number one, her attorney has an @AOL.com email address.
Yeah.
Which tells you a lot right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, but all of the email addresses.
They went right back to her. And I'm like, someone who's going to sue someone doesn't send them an email saying I'm going to sue you.
Because here's what's great. you're talking to a person who is in IT for 25 years. I'm going
Yeah.
to figure out all the bullshit you're saying about
Yeah.
what's happening technically.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
you are
Yeah.
outclassed. When a fucking porn actress, no offense to Kelly, but when a porn actress peeps your bullshit the first week, the rest of us, you know, I
Everything
feel
that came
kinda
out
bad
of
the
her
rest of us
mouth
didn't.
was a lie. And you guys know that I never report on anything unless I have all the facts. I have every single text message conversation she and I ever had from the month of December all the way to what?
May 23rd.
Every single one. I have the text messages of her talking about Brian. I have the text messages of her telling me shit about Singer Sterling, saying that how he was about to lose his house, how his truck was about to get repossessed, how he was trying to scheme her. He and his gay lover manager were trying to scheme her for $2,500. No one fucking schemes somebody for $2,500. $25,000. Yes, that is. That's what they do. But what it was, she owed him $2,500 for that gig that she never gave him a check for.
Yep. So
And I have the text messages of her accusing one of the owners of Screws and Soul of taking advantage of young girls, of cheating on his wife, of doing all kinds of illegal things inside of his establishment. I've got text messages of her accusing Kelly Provocateur of being a cokehead. What else do I have? Oh, I have
else do you
I have
need?
text message of her talking about what is the little rapper from Houston, Kat Von.
Oh, Kat Von D.
Kat Von D. Yeah, your friend. I got text messages of her talking shit
That's a
about
rapper's
you.
name. I thought it was the
Yeah.
tattoo person.
I have
Oh,
message.
no,
I
not
have
Kat
that's
Von D.
Kat Von D. It's Kat St. John.
Kat St. John, sorry.
I have messages in my
was
phone
like,
of her talking
wow.
about the rapper Zero, Slim Thug. All of their business I have right here on my phone. Don't try to kill me because I already emailed it to other people. So if I come up dead, they still gonna have the information. So it's not even worth it trying to kill me. I have every single text message from this girl. Period, point blank. She is a fraud. She is a fraud, and she's still out there trying to run games on people. Stay away from this bitch. I don't care how many times she changes the name of her company. If it has the name Shatana Nelson on it, don't get involved at all because she will take your money and she will move right on to the next victim because the bitch doesn't have a conscience at all.
Yep. If it cost us $1,500, I'll tell you the number flat out, $1,500. And at this point, if that money goes to making people aware not to do business with her, or
Right.
she can't fuck over some young artist or
Yes.
some person who's actually in need,
Mm-hmm.
then it was money well fucking spent.
Yes, it is. Because she's going to fuck around and do this to the wrong person and she's going to get herself hurt. So we are giving Finest Hour PR what kind of rating? I mean, what is the lowest rating that you can give a person?
Fuck you.
A fuck you, you stupid cunt. You still owe me my
extra.
money. I ain't forgot
Yeah.
about my money. Luckily for you, I'm being successful over here and I ain't got time for your trifling ass, but you still owe me money. Okay? You still owe, I'm sure, Kelly money. You still owe Singer Sterling money. You probably owe Brian money. And you probably owe a whole bunch of other people money. So,
She doesn't owe me money.
oh, that's a good
She
thing.
owes me a huge
apology?
apology.
Same with me. So, all right. I'm not sure who we're going to have on the show next week, but I'm sure it'll be someone good and I'll be in a better mood. Don't forget to follow Brian Keith Wilson on social media. Tell them how to follow you.
You can follow me at Literary Prince, Literary Prince, Prince, or at For Colored Boyz, FORCOLORED BOYZ. There it is, Z. On
Like
all
boys in the
boys,
hood. Yes.
at all social media. And I just have to add
Mhm.
one thing. After this moment, I am so glad that I have an angry white man as a brother.
Oh, why do you think I keep him around?
You gotta have.
You
Look,
gotta have
let
an
me tell
angry
you
white
something.
man.
Y'all gotta get you an angry white man
Who's been
because-
married to a black
'cause-
woman because he do some low down dirty things. when
he
needs to.
bars none, honey. I'm
No.
telling you.
When
none
if someone fucks with
whatsoever.
his wife, it's game over. If he sees me even look like I'm in distress, it's game over. He's gonna come after your ass because I wasn't even thinking about that bitch no more because I was too busy being goddamn depressed about her. But he went out and he found out all of that
And
information.
it's crazy that we all had this dark haze, and I didn't
we
mind.
did.
Mine didn't happen until after the show. I was like,
I didn't know till you and James talked that he told me because I went through 2 weeks of deep dark depression.
yeah, I didn't get out of bed.
Yeah, all over this conniving ass bitch. All right, you guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to us on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. And don't forget about our Patreon. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.